Sul Sul. That means hello in Simlish. Hi, welcome to my podcast. Zawoka Janava. Hi. Welcome back. This is episode 3 of Are You Sick of Me Yet? I am your Sims addicted host, Simon Cassabon. I really want to play The Sims. If you can't tell, I've been deprived of my Sims gaming. I really like The Sims a lot. It's like my favorite game. When I was younger, I convinced my mom to let me get The Sims 3. She was like, "Oh, there's this like organization, and if you donate your Halloween candy, then you can get whatever you want." I don't think there was an organization. I think my mom just wanted to eat my Halloween candy. But she was like, "Yeah, give us your Halloween candy and you get The Sims 3. So I gave her my Halloween candy and I got The Sims 3, which is by far better than The Sims 4. I'll say it. Sims 3, top tier. Sims 4, it's alright. But I've been so busy lately, I haven't been able to play The Sims. But I'm hoping that changes soon. I just recently, this is my new computer. I bought this a while ago because I had a MacBook. Yeah, I was playing Sims 4 on a MacBook Air at that. Sounded like an airport every time I turned it on. Battery life, terrible. One day, I opened my computer for a job interview. The screen is like green and pink and purple and black. Something happened on the screen. I think it was my cat. Sorry, I'm yelling. I'm yelling. I'm sorry. Something happened on my screen. I didn't get the job. In case you're wondering, I applied to Starbucks. P.U. Oh, brother, this guy stinks. I didn't get the job, but I don't care. Boycott their asses. I was boycotting before we were boycotting because I was like, damn, you're not going to hire me? I'm not going to come and get my iced chais. I'll make them at home. And they slap. So, what was I talking about? Sims. I was playing Sims 4 on my MacBook, but I recently was able to get on and work around not being able to see my screen and get all of my custom content. Yeah, that's right. I had a shitload of custom content on my MacBook Air Sims 4 with like 12 different expansion packs. I don't know how that thing worked for so long, like genuinely, but now I got a gaming laptop. And I'm going to put all my custom content in here. And I'm going to grind on The Sims 4. So, yeah, I'm really excited. I've just been so busy this week because I'm shopping for cars. You know, vroom vroom. Going to get me a fancy car. I don't know cars, guys. I'm going to get myself a... what's a fancy car? I don't know. My friend talks about Porsche. Is it Porsche 911 or Porsche 911? I think it's a 911. I don't know. Oh, I forgot to throw these away. Valentine's chocolates from my boothang. What was I saying? Oh yeah. So I've been procrastinating playing The Sims because I have this like long list of adulting things I need to do. I need to call about insurance. I need to call about my savings account. I need to call about my car. I need to call my university. And then at the bottom, I play Sims. So once I make it through that, I can play The Sims. Yippee! So I'm hoping tomorrow I can be productive and I can do adulting things. And then I can play The Sims. What a start. I am like recovering from a cold, so sorry if I sound kind of hoarse.
Rehab was supposed to be a fresh start. But no matter how many starts I get, there's always the same ending.
Nay. I saw, guys, guess what? I watched 5 movies this week. That's 5 more movies than I usually watch. 3 of them were Best Pictures. I'm slowly working my way through them so that I'll probably have to split it into 2, but I'm going to do a podcast episode ranking all the best pictures, in my opinion, and letting you guys know what I think. Personal opinion. And then I saw Madam Web and Bob Marley. They came out on the same day. So it's like Barbenheimer all over again, except it's like, I was thinking like, oh, I'll make this like a funny title, like Barbenheimer, but with Madam Web and Bob Marley. That's either Madam Marley or Bob Webb. That's not funny. Neither of those are funny. None of those work. So I don't know what the title's going to be, but it's not going to be that, and that's for sure. But yeah, I saw Madam Web, and then I saw Bob Marley. And I'm going to give you 5 seconds to guess which one was my favorite. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you guessed Bob Marley, you were correct. Madam Web wasn't great. And that's coming from Spider-Man lover. The #1 Spider-Man lover. Spider-Man's #1 fan. I love Bob Marley. I grew up listening to Bob Marley. It reminds me of like my childhood neighbors. We listened to Bob Marley with them a lot. But my mom, she's had the same car for like 13, 14 years. And we've had the same Bob Marley CD in that car for the past 13 years. We haven't taken it out once. And it slaps every single time. Yeah. I love Bob Marley. I love Spider-Man. So, it was going to be hard. It was hard to compare. I thought it was going to be hard to compare them, but it wasn't. Because Madam Web stank. Was not good. It was okay. Bob Marley was awesome, though. So, that's my episode today. We're going to talk about Madam Web and Bob Marley. So, if you haven't seen those, womp womp, sucks to suck. You're not allowed to leave now. So, enjoy the spoilers. Well, Bob Marley was based on a true story, so you can't get really. Whoa! Can I speak? You can't really get spoiled there. And then Madam Web has had comics out for years, so you can't really get that spoiled there either, because you could just Google what happens in Madam Web and find out from the comics. So, I saw Madam Web first, so I guess we'll talk about that. It was like a gross sandwich, is what I'd have to say. So the bread on the top would be the beginning of the movie, and the bread on the bottom would be the end of the movie. And the bread was soggy, a little bit moldy, really gross but like dry at the same time as being soggy. And the fillings were great. If I could just take the bread off the sandwich, it'd be really good. But then it's not a sandwich. So what I'm saying here is the beginning sucked and the end sucked, but the middle was pretty cool. The beginning, Madam Web, what's her name again? Oh my god, it doesn't even give me her first name. It just says Cassandra. Cassandra Webb, her mommy, goes to like a jungle somewhere, I don't remember where, while she's pregnant with this dude named Ezekiel, no last name. And she's like, I'm gonna find a cool spider. And he's like, I heard it gives people powers. You know the story, guys. Super strong, super fast spider people that shoot webs sometimes if you're Tobey Maguire. And then he's like, well, guess what? I'm actually a bad guy, and now that you found the spider, I'm going to shoot you in your pregnant belly and take the spider so I can be powerful. But then the spider people come, and they're like, we're going to save you. So then the spider bites her, and the powers go to her baby. So the baby didn't the baby didn't get bit by the spider. She got bit, and then she died, but she gave birth to the baby. And it was a kind of realistic baby doll, except the arms looked all rubbery. And then it was a real baby. So it went from being like straight out the womb fake baby to like 4 months baby. Yeah. And then mommy died, and Cassandra Webb grew up in the foster system. And then flash forward, she's a EMT. She drives ambulances like a maniac with Ben Parker is her like little friend, and he's a veteran, I think. But she dies. Yep, she dies. And then she comes back. But while she's dead, she, like, sees things, and there's, like, all this foreshadowing, and she's flying around, and there's a web and stuff. And then she comes back, and this is when she starts, like, seeing the future. But, like, this is what was really good about the movie. Like, I really, really, really liked the way that it was done. I liked the way that, like, something would happen, and there'd be, like, a notable, like, she was at, Aunt May Parker's, why does that not feel right? No one ever calls her May Parker. Aunt May. She was at Aunt May's baby shower, and, like, a balloon pops. And that's kind of, like, the significant, like, why did that happen? That was a loud noise that sort of gets you thinking, like, oh, that's when we're going to go back. So the balloon pops, stuff happens, and then suddenly the balloon pops again, and she's confused. She's like, what's going on? Like, this is confusing. And then she has her, like, Uncle Ben moment, where, like, her boss or something, I don't really know their relationship, she, like, sees that he's gonna die, and she's like, oh, like, here, let me help you. And he's like, no, it's okay. And she's like, okay, like, maybe I'm just being too worried. I'm worrying too much. And then he does die. So there's her Uncle Ben moment. And then she's like, oh, man, this is cray-cray. And then she meets up with the 3 other little spider girls who the main bad guy, Ezekiel, is trying to kill. Because he can also see the future and is like, these girls are going to kill me. I got to kill them before they kill me. So he's coming after them. But she sees that he's going to come after them and protects them. But is, like, angry the whole time. She's like, man, I have a hole in my pants. She's like, okay, I don't have a hole in the crotch. That's good. I just was like, oh no, what if I have a hole in the crotch and I'm flashing my underwear at everybody? What was I saying? Oh yeah, she's just angry the whole time. She just hates these girls, and she's like, I hate children. They're stupid and stinky, blah blah blah. But I'm gonna protect these girls because, there's, like, a fight scene with Toxic by Britney Spears. There was only a couple songs in this movie, but they were bangers. They slapped. And then she gets stabbed, but then goes back in time, which is cool. I don't know. I really liked the, like, seeing the future, low-key kind of time travel-y-ness of it. That was really cool. And, like, was it this movie that... Oh, no, I'm thinking about Oppenheimer. I did watch Oppenheimer. That movie sucked, guys. No, I'm not going to talk about it. I'm going to talk about it in my other episode where I'm going to talk about all the movies. But, yeah, there weren't that many fight scenes. Oh, the one thing that was really bad was the, what is it called? Ezekiel, like, the actor, I think English is his second language or something. First of all, his voice was, like, kind of annoying. He sounded like an anime dub, just, like, over the way it was over exaggerated. But they did that thing where they, like, record lines and put it over if it doesn't work out, but his mouth didn't line up with his lines, so his mouth would be like, I'm sorry, I'm moving my mouth if you can't see it. His mouth would move, and then he would speak. It was really annoying. Like, it happened a lot. Like, at the beginning, I was like, oh, this is, like, this, like, very beginning, too. Like, I was like, oh, this doesn't really look right. And then it kept happening. And I was like, why did they do that? Like, it was, like, it happened so many times. Like, I wonder if, like, the people editing were just like, oh, nobody's gonna notice. We noticed, babes. We noticed. It was bad. It was really bad, and it drove me crazy. But anyways, Aunt May goes into labor with little Peter Parker. Also, Aunt May is played by, I have her pulled up, Emma Roberts, who is, like, known for being transphobic on the set of, American Horror Story. So, sorry, Peter Parker, but I don't care that your aunt died in this universe, because she sucks. Yeah, Emma Roberts is just, I don't know, she looks mean, and she always plays mean characters, and I'm a little bit scared of her. So, I don't care. I don't care that you broke your elbow. I don't care that she died in this universe. Sorry, Peter Parker. Oh, womp womp. No, wait, what? Aunt May isn't the one that dies. Uncle Ben dies. Aunt May just died in the other universe because Tom Holland goes through it. Actually, Aunt May dies sometimes in the comics. You know what, Peter Parker? I hope your aunt dies in this universe. I hope that your Uncle Ben moment is Aunt May. Anyways. She goes into labor, and the girls are like staying with Uncle Ben and Aunt May because Cassandra Webb's like, I need to go to Peru and figure out who I am. And she has this moment of finding out that her mom doesn't actually suck, but we don't really know that she doesn't like her mom. She doesn't really get that across very well. And turns out she had like a problem as a baby and wasn't gonna live long, so the mom was like, I gotta go find this spider so my baby will live. And so then she does her really bad crying where she's like smiling and crying and covering her mouth, and she's like, oh my god, Mom, you loved me, it worked, Mom, Mommy, I love you. And then she goes back to New York, I guess it takes place in, and drives an ambulance through. She stole so many cars in this movie, and she didn't even have like a secret identity while she was doing it. Like, the cops were actively after her. Like, she stole so many cars, and she broke so many laws. And at the end, she was just, well, she wasn't fine at the end. I'll get that to there, but she just didn't go to jail. Like, I don't know. I don't think it works that way, being like, oh, I was protecting these girls, and the cops be like, oh, okay, then in that case, it's okay that you blew up a couple places and stole a couple things and caused a lot of property damage. That's all right. No, that's not how it works. She caused a lot of property damage and stole a lot of things, which pissed me off. But yeah, she drove an ambulance through a Calvin Klein product placement commercial, like, billboard, hits the spider with the bad Spider-Man, with the ambulance, which defeats the whole purpose of an ambulance. And then they all drive off, and she sees the future and is like, okay, we're going to do this, this, and this to defeat him. So they do this, this, and this. They kill him. Boom, she's paralyzed. Boom, she's blind. Which, like, happened in the comics. But, like, I didn't read the Madam Web comics because I didn't know that there was Madam Web comics. And also, she's old in the comics. So now she's, like, paralyzed and blind because she gets hit by, like, fireworks and falls in water. But, like, I don't know how she broke her spine. Like, I don't really remember if she hit something on the way down. But, like, you gotta be hitting the water from a fair distance up to, like, cause that much damage. She didn't hit it from that far up. But anyways, the girls save her, and they practice CPR because they were teaching them CPR at one point. And then they're at the hospital, and the doctor comes in, and all the girls in there, she's like, oh, guys, like, if you're not family, you can't be here. And Cassandra's Webb's like, it's okay, they're mine. But she's speaking, like, super slow now because she's, like, all wise and shit, and she's matured. So she's like, it's okay, they're mine. And then, flash forward again, she's in this, like, crazy, I don't know if this is like a high-tech wheelchair, but this shit looked insane. Like, the chair was like super high up off the wheels, and it could like arch and bend and twist, but not the wheels. It was crazy. So she's like being all wise and like, but like she's not good at being wise because she didn't really learn that much to be wise. Oh, and also her powers now, she can like get out of her body to save other people. So that's how she does things now that she's paralyzed. She can like astral project to save people, which was like the big thing that she had to learn how to do. But she's like, I see the future, and in the future you three are amazing Spider Women. So yeah, you know how in the commercials we saw Sydney Sweeney and all the rest of them as Spider Girls? Nuh-uh, that was just in the guy's nightmare. So that's some clickbait shit right there. So she's like, in the future you all will be amazing spider people, and I will also be an amazing spider person. Did you like adopt these girls? Like, I'm so confused. Like, they all had mommy and daddy issues, so maybe they just hang out with her. But like, there's a lot of things that didn't add up in this movie. But anyways, it was alright. I know I just talked like a lot of, like, I just shit talked the movie a lot, but it was alright. It was an okay movie. Sydney Sweeney plays a really good job of like, does a really good job of playing teenagers for some reason. I don't know why. And the teenagers were like, they were well written. I'm not gonna lie. They bickered like teenagers would, or teen girls. I don't know. Like, I don't know. Sometimes they weren't. I don't know. The writing was okay. They weren't the worst teenagers that I've seen. So yeah, it was all right. I'm gonna give it a 4.5 out of 10. So Madam Web was a 4.5 out of 10. Madam Web, it's morbing time. And then Bob Marley, One Love. Um, they had who played Bob? Yeah. Also, like everybody just calls him Bob Marley. His name's Bob. Bob, like B-O-B, like Bob. I don't like the movie, but I like the movie. I don't like the name Bob. Like everybody just calls him. It's the same as Robert Pattinson. Robert Pattinson. Robert. You telling me this guy's name's Robert and people are simping for him? How are you gonna like a guy named Robert? How are you gonna like a guy named Bob? Hell no. Kingsley Ben Adder or Addier or something played Bob Marley. I have never seen this man before in my life, and then all of a sudden he just popped up this year. He's been in so much. He was in Secret Invasion, and then he was in Barbie, and then he was in Bob Marley. And like he was in Turning Red? What? Like he doesn't really have that many movies on here. He just kind of like popped up. Oh, he's been in plays in London theatre. He's British, bruv. And then Lashana Lynch, who is awesome, so cool. So there's 2 actors from Marvel right there. And then who else was in it? I think those were the only 2 people that I like actually recognized. But the cast was stacked. Like, not with, like, people that, like, you would know, but just good actors. Like, they were really good at acting. But anyways, Bob Marley. It tells the story of Bob Marley and the Wailers, which is him and his band. From, like... Well, it doesn't really tell it from childhood. It kind of has flashbacks to childhood. With, like, super... Not cryptic, but, like... I don't know. He had, like, problems with his dad. Like, I think his dad was, like, a white man. And so he was having troubles there, and because his dad like walked out on them or something. It was like, that's not my son. But then there was like this, it kept flashing back to this scene where his dad was like running at him through like fire on a horse, and his dad had that like safari get up. He had the safari hat on and the outfit, and I was like, that's goofy. But I don't know, it was interesting. It was really interesting. So it tells the story of him and how he wanted to do like a peace concert because there was like the politics in Jamaica were really bad at the time. So he was gonna have a free concert to try and promote peace. But then he gets shot. Like him and his wife get shot. But his wife had like locks and that stopped the bullet from like hitting her brain. So awesome. So they get shot. His manager gets shot like 6 times. But then he's like, I'm going to do it anyways. But then he keeps seeing the guy in the crowd, like, going to shoot him. And he's like, I can't do this. I'm stressed out. I need to go find answers. So he goes to England to find answers or something. But I don't really know what answers he found. He just kind of started a new album, which got really popular. And then he got really popular. And then him and his wife were fighting. And then he has cancer. So then him and his wife aren't fighting. So he gets really famous in, like, England, and then he does an American tour, and then he really wanted to go to Africa, and then he, like, finally did before he died, but then he went back to Jamaica, and he did his, like, peace concert, and he got the 2 opposing, political parties to shake hands to promote peace, and then he dies, and I was holding back tears, because I was with my friend, and I was like, I can't cry. I can't do this. I can't cry. But I was going to cry. That, like, there's something about, what is it called? Is it a biopic? Biopic. Yeah. So a biopic, like specifically biopics about musical artists, I love. We're not going to talk about Elvis. All right, Austin Butler and Elvis can get out of here. I don't care about Austin Butler. I don't care about Elvis. That movie sucked. All right, it wasn't good. But Rocket Man, Bohemian Rhapsody, One Love. You notice the difference? Good biopics are the names of songs. Bad biopic is the name of the dude. But there's just something about those movies that I think music, like, holds so many emotions, and I have such a strong connection with music. I don't know if it was because I used to like play instruments and be in bands, and or if it's just, I don't know, but music holds like a special place in my heart. And I feel very emotional when I listen to music. So there's just something about these movies that, because they have songs that I know and I love and I listen to, and they remind me of stuff, they make me even more emotional. But like I loved these movies, and I remember when I watched Bohemian Rhapsody for the first time, I was on an airplane and I was openly sobbing on an airplane, which is embarrassing, but whatever. It is what it is. Because like he dies. Queen dies. No, Freddie Mercury dies, and then Bob Marley dies. But Elton John's not dead yet, so shout out to Elton John for being a real one and not getting sick. Because like Freddie Mercury had HIV or something, and then Bob Marley had cancer. But there's just something about these movies, and like I hold a lot of emotions in my stomach. So when I'm upset, I throw up. When I am anxious, I throw up. When I'm happy, I don't throw up, but I do get a tummy ache. When I'm angry, guess what, guys? I throw up. I just like a lot of my emotions I hold in my stomach. And so the whole time I was watching this movie, I had like a stomach ache because I was like, this movie makes me sad and this movie makes me anxious. Because when him and his wife were fighting, I got sad and anxious because I was like, no, I can't let them fight. They need to be happy together because they're so cute and I love them, and their music together is amazing, and they have so many kids, and they were fine. They just had a couple fights because they both had like misters and mistresses or whatever. What's the like male version of a mistress? Is it just a mister? Yeah, not a master. What was I saying? But yeah, the whole time I was watching this movie, I just like my stomach hurt, and they would play the songs that I know, and I don't know. There's something about biopics about musical artists that slap every time. They're making one about why am I blanking on her name? Why am I blanking? They showed it. I love the pre-show. Okay, I love seeing trailers. Amy Winehouse. They're making a movie about Amy Winehouse called Back to Black. Look at that. Another one. That's the title of the song. And it looked so good. Like, I don't even really listen to Amy Winehouse, but it looked really, really good. And I'm really excited because there's just something about biopics about musical artists that are amazing. And they're just so simple too. Like, they're literally just telling a story, and the editing in Bohemian Rhapsody was not great. There was so many cuts for no reason. Like, they broke down one scene and made them like 12. And it won an editing award too, I think, which is stupid because the editing was not good. But there's just something about these films that are so simple, yet so good. Here comes my brother thundering down the stairs. Thump, thump, thump. Jesus. There's just something about these movies. And like, there was this girl sitting in front of me in the theater. She was like 7 or 8 maybe, and she was just like sobbing because there was one part where like his wife finds out that he has cancer and she's crying, and this kid's like, ah, ah, and I'm like, me too, girl, me too. Like, oh my god. Yeah, everybody in this movie was amazing. Oh my god, the costumes, or I guess just the outfits, were so good. Like, it's just like, it was like the 70s and like 60s, 70s, 80s, like, fashion was just amazing. And they all had these like flared leg jeans, and oh my god, he pulled them off so good. Oh my god, I really like this actor. I'm not gonna lie, he's kind of sick. He's pretty sexy. I'm not gonna lie. and he just, like, everybody pulled it off so good. Everybody pulled everything off, like the hair, the makeup, the cost, or like just the outfits. It was so interesting to see. Like when you look up like 60s, 70s, 80s fashion, most of the time you will see white people. So it was really, really interesting to see how it differed based off of like hair that black people wore in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. Because there was like one guy who like was like a rock star, and he was working with them for electric guitar because they were looking for a different thing. And like just the hairstyle, it was just so like 70s. But I had never seen that before, because when you search up like 70s aesthetic, it's all white people. It was really interesting to see it. But they all just pulled it off so well, like the oranges and yellows and browns and the patterns and of the 70s and 80s and 60s and stuff. But it was just, yeah, it was a really, really good movie, and I really liked it, and I want to go see it again because I absolutely loved it. And I think I'm going to give it like, I want to give it a 10 out of 10, but there were some parts that I was confused about, like just him talking about his dad, and like he was like, he got like a ring from like the like Ethiopian king or something, and suddenly it was his dad giving him the ring, and suddenly his dad wasn't a white man anymore, and the fire was gone, and he got on the horse with his dad. And like, I understand that there was probably an underlying message there, but I didn't understand the message, so I was confused. But it was beautiful nonetheless, but I just was confused because I didn't understand what was going on. So I do want to Google that. I meant to do that before recording this so I could figure out what was going on. But like, I think I'm going to give it like an 8 or a 9 out of 10. It was just so amazing, and I highly recommend it because it was just, and the music slapped. The music slapped so hard. Tux, stop it. This stinker. 1 second. No, come back. He's gone. My cat left. I have like a sliding closet door that I share with my brother's room, and which is annoying, really annoying. But it's whatever. It's aesthetic. And my cat figured out how to like pull it forward so that he could slip through and then run through out my brother's room and upstairs, because he prefers to sleep with my mom over me, because he picks favorites, and that makes me sad because that's my cat. My cat. But yeah, the movies were really good. I don't really know what else to say about it. I definitely had a lot more thoughts when I first saw them, but it's been a couple days, and I forget very easily. But yeah, those are my thoughts on those movies. I haven't been talking for that long, have I? No, I've only been talking for 30 minutes. I thought I was going to talk a lot longer. What do I talk about now? Do I just leave it at 30 minutes? Nah, you guys haven't had enough of me yet. What did I watch this week? I watched Oppenheimer this week. I watched Killers of the Flower Moon this week. And I watched American Fiction this week. So, I'm working my way through the best pictures. I'm not going to talk about which ones are my favorite right now, because that's a little treat for later. What to talk about. Oh, I was thinking. Okay. I'm going to say it for a third episode. I work at a library. I see books. I touch books. And we have a lot of romance books, like the Harlequin. Harlequin novels are insane, dog. The titles of those things, oh my god. Let me just pull up Harlequin books. So Harlequin books are like smutty books for grandmas, I guess. My great grandma loves reading Harlequin books, and my mom, I don't know, she has a couple. But let me just read some of these titles, because these are insane. No, where are they? I want the Harlequins. Fortunes of Texas. What the hell is that? Historical medical romance. Interesting. Harlequin romance. Alright, so let's see if we can find any of the... None of these... And they're also, like, super cheap. It's, like, $5 for a book. Maybe that might just be for an ebook. Why are none of these the good ones? Like, I swear, Harlequin novels have the most insane titles. But, anyways, I was thinking about, they always center around, like, forbiddenness, bosses, and pregnancy. There are so many pregnancy books. Why? Why is everybody pregnant in these books? Why are we fetishizing pregnancy? Like, I understand it's supposed to be a beautiful thing, but also, like, doesn't it suck? Isn't it gross? I'm scared of pregnant people. I'm sorry, but, like, there's a human in your belly, and it gets all purple and veiny. Oh, my God. Pregnancy's terrifying. Like, shout out to people that make babies and have babies and get pregnant. That's terrifying. You have a human inside of you, and not in the fun way. I mean, ooh, sorry. It just, oh God, it freaks me out. It freaks me out. Why is that natural? Why is that the natural way of bringing life, is to grow up, like, it gives me the heebie-jeebies. Anyways, there's also a lot of Amish romances, which is really weird. Why are we fetishizing Amish? Doesn't it suck being Amish? Aren't you, like, no phone, no car, horse-drawn buggy? Apparently you can't take pictures of the Amish people. I didn't know that. One time I took a picture of, like, a posse of Amish people at a Tim Hortons, and they were staring directly at me. And I was like, huh, took a picture, told somebody, and they're like, you can't take pictures of Amish people. I was like, oh, man. Oh, no. Too late. One time I was driving past this, like, church in, like, Amish country. I don't know. Sometimes between, like, places in Canada, there's just Amish people. And they're horse-drawn carriages. And it was Sunday. So naturally, they're all at church. And the parking lot was just full of horse-drawn carriages. It was hilarious. There were so many of them, and they were just parked. But anyways, there's a lot of Amish romances, which weirds me out. Because why are you, like, trying to get with Jebediah in his, like, pilgrim hat? Like, I don't get it. But anyways, I wanted to look at Amish books because they're insane. Goodreads. Popular Amish fiction. The Preacher's Daughter, The Bridesmaid, The Forbidden, The Keeper, The Postcard. Oh my God, how many of these are going to start with the? The Telling, The Mary, The Judgment, The Hope of Refugees, The Guardian, The Redemption of Sarah Kane. What books do Amish people read? The Bible. That's just, it says the Bible. But yeah, why does Amish romance, why does Amish romance books exist? Why do Amish romance books exist? Because that's kind of weird. Do Amish people know that people are, like, fetishizing them and writing Amish romance? Or are they too busy reading their Bibles to know that people are writing Amish fan fictions? If you're Amish and you're listening to this, first of all, what are you doing? You're not allowed to have a phone. Second of all, why are you listening to this and not, like, calling for help? Because being Amish sounds kind of culty, I'm not going to lie. But if you're Amish and you're listening to this, What's up? How you doing? Did you know that people are trying to bang the Amish? Um, I want to read like a synopsis, but none of these look interesting. The quilter's son, bright Christmas, under the harvest moon, chasing fireflies. You would not believe your eyes. The taming. Oh, that says wildflower. I thought that said the taming of a wild Amish. And Amish love letters. Let's see what this is about. A tomboy. Joy has been a tomboy playing hockey with the boys all her life. She's one of the boys. When she gets a letter from a secret admirer, she sheds her hockey gear and trades it for dresses and baking pies. Her best friend Jordan can't understand the changes in Joy and isn't convinced he likes them, especially when it causes him to look at her differently. She put on more clothes and he was like, "Damn, girl. Damn, show me some of that ankle." Will Joy's secret admirer make trouble for them and change their friendship forever? What extreme length is Jordan willing to go to in order to preserve their friendship and push the secret admirer out of the picture? Is she already Amish, or does she convert to Amishness? The Amish matchmaker. This Amish matchmaker is an expert at finding love for others, but will she find it for herself? Widowed sister, Esther. Esther! That's the most Amish name you could ever come up with. Let me search up Amish names. Amish names. What the hell is... Unique Amish names that are used almost exclusively by Amish and Mennonite families include Aganitha, what the hell? Aganitha, Saloma, and Lavina. Atlee, Benuel, and Menno for boys. They just took the Menno from Mennonites. That's lazy. Cindy, Neetha, Tina, Abe, Class, Clara, Alice. Oh, shit. If your name's Alice, you're Amish. Arthur, Cora, Henry. Oh, my God. Oh, no. Ellis, Noah, Sadie, Caleb, Emma, Isaac. Okay, so basically normal names. I wonder if my name is Amish. Grace, William, Gabriel, Levi. Levi Ackerman is Amish. I'm looking for the Jebediahs and the, I don't know. Samuel. Oh my God, my parents almost named me Samuel. They didn't, thank God. Micah. Naomi. Oh, it's Jewish, but it has separate Japanese origin. Helena, Andrew, George, Reuben. That's the name of a pigs, no? Daniel, Eli, Ella, Jacob, Aaron, Peter. Peter Parker's Amish. Amish Spider-Man. Nicholas, Agnes. That's an Amish name. Agnes. Adam, John, Mary, Miriam. Okay, so a lot of these are just normal Lender. What the hell? Albert. Okay, so basically old people. Anyways, Esther and Lizzie are the town innkeepers and the town... Of course they're innkeepers. Oh my God, so Hallmark. And the town matchmakers, but when a new tenant moves into a guest cottage at their Peony Inn, the sisters are shocked to discover that maybe this time one of them might finally find a match of her own. Retired dentist. Retired? Oh my God, so he's old? Oh my God. Oh God. Do Amish people do that thing where like 80-year-olds marry 14-year-olds? Oh God. Oh my God, I'm scared. Has signed a six-month lease at the cottage, and gentle Esther and spirited Lizzie. Those are interesting ways to describe someone for being younger than the man. are in surprising competition for the kind doctor's affections. Dr. Stoltzfus doesn't appear to be Amish, but his last name and his mysterious background have the sisters guessing, and open to the possibility of finding love again. Things really heat up when Benjamin's granddaughter Mindy comes to visit. Why does that heat up? Escaping her big city life in Texas, Mindy has moved to Amish country to be closer to her grandfather and to embrace a simpler life, but she's unprepared for what happens when an attractive young Amish man who spends time at the inn helping out the widows runs his lawnmower right into her car. He does not hit her with the lawnmower. Sports car, let me add. Gabriel is cute and funny and nice, but can a romance between an English? What the hell is that word? It's English, but it's spelled Englisch. What the? Oh, it's German for English. Bro, just say English. Why are we getting fancy? Scheiße. Which sister would be better for Mindy's grandfather? Interesting. Okay, so the titles aren't as bad as I thought they'd be. I thought they were gonna be like whack. Like, I don't know. Can I just search up? My neck's snapping. Oh, here we go. Rankings. Craziest Harlequins. The Playboy. What is that word? Arabic. Sheikh. Shuyuk. Honorific title in Arabic language meaning elder. So I'm just going to say elder. The Playboy Elder's Virgin Stable Girl. Polo playing Elder Prince Khalik Al-Farisi loves his women as much as his horses. They're wild, willing, and he's their master. Stable girl Eleni is a local Khalistan raised by her brutal father on the horse racing circuit. She feels unlovable. When her precious horses are given to the prince, she refuses to be parted from them. The Playboy is determined to bed her, and when he realizes she's a virgin, the challenge only becomes more interesting. What the hell? Bought by her husband. The innocent Victoria was from a poor background, but Greek billionaire Alexei Christou still wanted her. The wayward wife, ? But passion wasn't enough, and soon their marriage fell apart. He bought Victoria. She's bought. So he bought her. So his bought Victoria must ask for a divorce and is desperate for cash. Alexei won't refuse her the money, but he'll make her work for it as his mistress. What the hell? Ruthlessly bedded, forcibly wedded. Multimillionaire Vincenzo Valentini believes Cara Brosnan played a role in his sister's downfall. He sought her out to make her pay. He seduced her, revealed his identity, and cruelly discarded her. But Cara had done no wrong. She's shocked and mortified that she gave her virginity so willingly to the ruthless Vincenzo. To make matters worse, she just discovered she's expecting. There we go. There's the pregnancy. And now the dark-haired Italian is claiming her once more, this time as his wife. Boy, what the hell? The Greek's Christmas baby. There it is. Slave to love. What the hell? Virgin mistress. Scandalous love child. Mistress. The innocent surrender. What the? Savage innocence. What is this word? Secret baby. Naive Phoebe Brown fell for Mediterranean magnate Jed Sabides after he wined, dined, and bedded her with a fervor that made her feel cherished. But when Phoebe happily announced she was pregnant, Jed was appalled. Didn't she understand? She was only a pleasant distraction. Sadly, Phoebe lost the man she loved and her baby. So, it was disbelieved that years later, Jed discovered Phoebe had a little boy who looked just like him. Oh, my Lord. Oh, my Lord. I don't even need to read these books. They just give everything away in the synopsis. There they are. It's called Harlequin Presents. Awakened in her enemy's palazzo, Cinderella's one-night baby. Hidden heir with his housekeeper. She looks pregnant. Pregnancy clause in their paper marriage. Take a shot every time one of these people are pregnant. The forbidden bride he stole. The king she shouldn't crave. The Sicilian deal for I do. Untouched until the Greeks return. A vow to redeem the Greek. An innocent deal with the devil. His last minute desert queen. Playing the Sicilian game of revenge. The baby his secretary carries. The bump in their forbidden reunion. Is this a pregnancy one? Yep, it's a pregnancy romance. Oh, Jesus Christ. The Italian pregnant enemy. Okay, now I need to know what's going on here. He's arrogant, infuriatingly sexy, and she's expecting his baby! I never saw that coming. Neither did she, apparently. Heiress Lycia loathes her father's protege, tycoon. I know that word from Roblox. Dario. He has always made her feel too spoiled, too inadequate, and too hot. Until stranded together on a work trip, their animosity flips into a complicated, urgent need. Jesus Christ. Dario's electric night with Lissy was already out of bounds, but 6 weeks later she drops the bombshell that she's pregnant. Growing up on the streets of Rome, Dario fought for his safety, and he's determined to make sure his child never has to. There is just one solution: marrying his enemy. Oh, you can read, like, the first couple pages. Oh, hell yeah. I'm gonna pick one. Welcome to the audio, or I guess this is now an audio book. 9-month deal with her husband. That's another pregnancy one, isn't it? An heir made in Hawaii. Made in Hawaii. Bound by her baby revelation. Are all of these just pregnancy? Claimed by the crown prince. In bed with her billionaire bodyguard. One forbidden night in paradise. I'm going to find a good one, and I'll read a couple pages, and then I'll end there. Snowbound with the irresistible Sicilian. Undoing his innocent enemy. $1 billion heir for Christmas. A Christmas consequence for the Greek. She's pregnant on that one, too. Crowned for the king's secret. An innocent unwrapped in Iceland, mistaken as his royal bride. The convenient Constantino wife. The maid's pregnancy bombshell. Virgin's stolen night with the boss. Hell yeah, we're reading that one. She's never been kissed until she's bedded by a billionaire. Brilliant equestrian and heiress Carmen Romero abandoned her privileged life to make her own way in the world, hired by sinfully attractive polo player. Why are they always polo players? Elias Henley as a stable hand. Carmen feels more comfortable covered in straw than she ever did draped in diamonds. Elias rarely spares a glance for his staff until Carmen, and he has no intention of resisting their attraction. Playboy Elias knows he'll give the innocent all the pleasure she could want, but that's it. Unless their passion can unlock a connection, much harder to walk away from. Let's take a peek inside. Oh my god, it's actually cheaper as a paperback than it is as an ebook. Right. Prologue. Carmen, esto no ha terminado. Carmen, this isn't over. The suppressed anger in Sebastian Romero's voice would send a chill down many a spine, but for Carmen, her older brother's words provoked only a deep sense of weariness. The three Romero siblings stood in the newly deserted stables. Her brothers, on hearing that their sister was moving the horses, had dropped everything, driven an urgent convoy from the luxurious sherry bodega that stood in the heat of Jerez, out to the sprawling property that was about to become the center of a bitter legal dispute. The brother wore smart suits and shades, and both were a foot taller than Carmen, who stood in jodhpurs. What the hell are those? Jodhpurs. Oh. They're basically like horse riding pants? Yeah, okay. Why is she wearing those if she's not riding a horse? Because she's riding some other horse thing. Papa always said that he wanted the hacienda to be left for you, Sebastian insisted. He wanted her to stay and fight. Maria only came back when she knew Papa was dying. None of the Romero siblings referred to Maria as mother or mama. Mama. The title had been dropped individually rather than collectively. One by one, each had chosen to distance themselves in an effort to protect their minds and hearts. Alejandro chimed in then. If you leave now, you are handing it to her on a plate. Please stop. Carmen put her hands up to halt them. This isn't like you. Her father's death 6 months ago was still a raw wound. That smarted when touched. Ew. Boring. Where's the smut? Christmas baby with her ultra-rich boss. Contracted as the Italian bride. Hired for the billionaire's secret son. Secret. His assistant's New York awakening. Pregnant and stolen by the tycoon. What? From an extraordinary proposal to pregnant in paradise, tech genius Jeannie Merchant will only sell the algorithm she spent years perfecting to a worthy buyer. When notoriously ruthless Severino Valente makes an offer, their off-the-charts chemistry means she'll enter it. If he'll give her the baby she wants more than anything. Sev, short for Severino, vowed never to have a family, so only offers his billions. Yet, fate steps in when one impulsive night leads to accidental pregnancy! ! Sev's primal reaction shocks even himself, because he's determined to be a father, even if he has to steal Jeannie away to his island paradise to prove it. How did we get here? We were talking about Bob Marley, and now we're talking about virgin pregnancies. The forbidden princess he craves. 12 nights in the prince's bed. That's like 5 nights at Freddy's. Alright, we're going to do 12 nights at the prince's bed, but just, I'm going to replace the names with Freddy Fazbear, and, Bonnie, because Bonnie and Freddy Fazbear are dating. Temptation by the Bonnie for Five Nights at Freddy's, the last thing that soon to be animatronic and reformed playboy Freddy Fazbear can offer is a scandal. So when photos of hers forbidden triced with Bonnie Rabbit, his sister's best friend, are sold to the press, he must save both their reputations by convincing the world that their passion was the start of a festive royal romance. Being Freddy Fazbear's fake girlfriend for Christmas means lying to the only family that Bonnie has ever known. But saying no to him would mean saying goodbye to the animatronic and the connection that secretly means everything to Bonnie. There you go. Five Nights at Freddy's. I just explained the entire plot of Five Nights at Freddy's to you. Yep. More virgins, one more billionaires. His jet set night with the innocent. These all feel really weird. How the Italian claimed her. 9 months to save their marriage. Is she pregnant? Yep. Wow. Who would have guessed? I can't believe you can buy these books for $4. That's insane. Why can't you buy good books for $4? I'm going to go to page 69. We're going to be here for a while. The last page is page... Oh my god. Okay, I'm just going to... Oh my god, it's page 559. And this was released in 2004. Jesus. I'm not going to be able to find 69. Maybe 420. No, too much work. So yeah, there's Harlequin books. So, that's insane. Oh, they got stuff for Black History Month. Speaking of, I don't know why, but, why is, I don't know if it's just because I'm, not at school, but, nobody's talking about Black History Month. I feel like. I had to double check that it was Black History Month because nobody's talking about it, which is crazy. Social media is always hey, celebrate Black History Month, and I haven't seen anything about Black History Month, anywhere. Anyways. So yeah, that was a bit of a weird episode. I gave you my movie reviews, and I thought I was going to talk about them a lot more, because I've talked to myself about them a lot for the past couple days, because my podcast is basically just my brain coming out of my mouth. And then we talked about Amish people, and then virgins, and pregnancies. So, interesting episode. Went out with a bang, I guess. So, yeah, that was a little random. That was disgusting. Why did I do that? Yeah, I don't really have anything else to say. I'm gonna try and finish all of the best pictures before next week's episode. And then I might have to split it into 2 parts, and I might do them a week apart because I might not be here for March break, so I might do a release before March break, and then I have to wait a week until after March break to talk about the Oscars. Decisions. Maybe I'll just do 2 episodes in 1 week. I'll do a back-to-back or something. Because I could just do a 5-hour episode, but that's never going to upload to my computer. Never. That is going to take a million years. Even an hour-long thing takes forever. But, anyways, I'm done complaining. I'm done talking about weird stuff for today. thank you for tuning in to episode 3 of Are You Sick of Me Yet? And I will see you next week. Dag dag.